Hey, Jasmine, did you get home?
Oh, hi, Mike. I just got home.
You always look busy.
Yeah, but I like my job, so I'm totally fine. I transferred to a different department, and we have a new member, so there's a lot of things to do. I'm sure things will settle down soon.
I'm really proud of you, Jasmine, for not being afraid to try new things.
Really? It's not a big deal.
You know, my dad changed his job at that age. Seeing him struggling like that makes me wonder if I can do it.
I'm sorry to hear about your father. His previous company went bankrupt because of the market trend, right? We have to work to survive. I'm proud of him.
He'll be happy to hear that.
Then tell him for me.
But, I'm glad his company didn't go bankrupt in 6 months. If it had been 6 months later, we might have had to rethink the timing of our marriage. I feel sorry for him, but it could have been worse for us.
You're right. We must have been very lucky.
Yeah, I need to live up to my dad. Jasmine?
Laura, what's wrong?
Are you really going to marry Mike?
Of course I am. The wedding is tomorrow.
You're so brazen.
What?
You're going to marry him? Mike is an elite employee who graduated from a famous university. Why should he marry a poor girl like you?
Poor girl? I'm not poor.
Stop lying just because you want to marry him. You don't have any savings at your age anyway, huh?
That's not true.
I know you're trying to marry him because you want his high income, but I won't let you do that.
I want his high income? It's true that he is an excellent person and has a high income, but it's not like my purpose is his income.
What a bare-faced lie. I know you're up to something.
I'm not hiding anything. I respect and love him with all my heart. Even if his income was low, I would have married him.
I'm not so sure about that.
What?
You can say whatever you want. Mike does have a high income. No wonder you were attracted to him.
Laura, that's not true.
And besides, when I saw your parents, I couldn't believe my eyes.
What do you mean?
Your mother. What was that miserable mother? I would shudder with shame to have someone like that as a relative.
Please don't speak evil of my mother. She was so busy with work that she didn't have time to change her clothes, but she came to see you.
Wow. You guys are poor, so that's why she's working part-time for low wages, huh?
Who told you that?
It's obvious. She was so shabbily dressed.
She said she worked throughout the night. That's why by the time she came to the restaurant, her makeup was a little messed up.
Well, I do feel sorry for her since probably part-time is the only job she can do.
Please don't make fun of her. She has a respectable job.
Oh, excuse me. Whatever her job is, I'm sure you are proud. But when it comes to my son's mother-in-law, that's a different story. Especially if she's working part-time and looks miserable.
My mother is not a miserable person, and I don't think you should judge people based on their occupation.
What a fine-sounding talk. Anyway, I won't approve your marriage. Please keep that in mind.
What do you mean?
You wouldn't know what I mean if you were raised by such a miserable mother. Well, you'll find out tomorrow.
Laura, wait. Mike, can I talk to you for a minute?
Jasmine, what's wrong? Are you nervous since the wedding is tomorrow?
Hey, this is no time for jokes.
What's going on?
I got a message from your mother today.
From Mom? What did she say?
Well, I didn't really understand, but long story short, she won't approve our marriage. And she's embarrassed because my mother is so miserable. And also, it seems like she's up to something tomorrow.
Huh? What is that? She always ruins my precious moment. I really didn't want her to be involved in our marriage, but she's my mother, so there was no choice.
You know, I don't mind her talking badly about myself. But when it's about my mom, it really makes me depressed. Plus, I'm worried about what's going to happen at the wedding tomorrow.
I don't understand what she's thinking, but don't worry. I'll make sure to tell my dad about this.
You sure?
Of course. I can't have you or your family get in trouble. I'll have my dad keep an eye on her. You don't have to worry.
Really? Okay, but I'm kind of worried.
Jasmine, it's finally our wedding. Let's make it fun and memorable ceremony.
Yeah, right. I'll leave her to you.
Yup.
Okay then, tomorrow. I'll be there a little earlier than you because I have to do my hair and makeup. Call me when you arrive.
Sure.
Laura, please pick up the phone. Laura.
Oh, Jasmine, what is it?
Don't play dumb. What is this?
What do you mean?
Don't be silly. You came into the bride's room without telling anyone, didn't you?
The bride's room?
It's the room where the bride changes clothes.
Oh, I didn't know.
Then why are you here so early?
Who cares?
Where's your husband?
He wakes up late, so I got here first.
Oh no.
Why do you ask about him?
No, it's nothing. You doodled on my dress, didn't you? I can't wear it. If you drew on my pure white dress with a marker.
What? I would never do such a thing. Stop making ridiculous accusations. Maybe some kid did it.
There are no children in the hall around this time.
How dare you be so rude to the groom's mother?
So, this is what you were talking about when you said I would find out today. Such a very, very sneaky thing to do.
What the hell are you talking about? That is beyond rude.
Only you would do such a thing.
Oh my. If your dress is in doodles, you wouldn't be able to have a wedding today, huh? It's not right to take it out on me.
You sneaked into the room and doodled on my dress, right? How can you say such a thing? You will definitely get sued.
You're making such a big deal. Plus, there's no proof that I did it. I'd appreciate it if you'd stop speculating and making people look bad.
I'm not speculating.
But good. Now, the wedding has to be canceled. You don't have a dress. No choice.
This is what you wanted, right?
You're making me bad again.
I didn't think you would go this far.
What are you talking about? You can't say things like that without proof.
There is proof.
Huh?
Did you forget that it's a wedding hall?
What do you mean?
There are a lot of security cameras inside this hall. The camera caught where you entered the entrance and went into the bride's room.
What?
You doodled on my dress, correct?
Huh?
Am I correct?
Yes, I did. I did it because I really didn't want you to marry Mike. So what?
Now a so what attitude? I'm amazed. My mother is furious too.
Oh, your miserable mother is with you? Then tell your mother.
Tell what?
I won't accept the marriage with your poor daughter. You guys should know who you are better.
Laura, how far do you have to insult my mother?
Stop taking it out on me. If you have a problem, why don't you tell your mother? Mike works for an elite company, and I can't let him have a wife who has such a miserable and poor mother.
You're terrible. Laura, this is enough. I don't care if you talk about me, but if you insult my mother this much, I can't stand it.
Then pretend this marriage never happened.
What?
If you're so angry that you can't stand it, you shouldn't get married to Mike. Get the hell out of here.
I will marry Mike no matter what. We promised each other already.
Are you still saying that? Such a persistent girl. Let me tell you again. Get out.
Laura, this is too much.
The wedding is going to be canceled, so I'll leave soon too. Too bad. Hey, Mom, what have you done? Dad is really frustrated too. Oh, Mike. Thank God you're not getting married to that miserable poor girl. I'm relieved too. What are you talking about? We finished the wedding. What? Why? I thought something like this might happen, so I had the staff prepare a spare dress for her. A spare dress? How is that possible? Yesterday, I got a call from Jasmine, and I had a bad feeling about this, so I called the wedding hall and asked them to have one ready. That was close. Don't do unnecessary things. This is all for your sake. My sake? I want to marry Jasmine. What's wrong with that? Besides, Dad owes her. He owes her? What is that? He has nothing to do with her. How selfish are you? I can't believe Dad has to put up with you all this time.
What?
It sounds like you didn't even know he was looking for a new job, huh? A new job? He's been working at the great company for years. He doesn't need to be looking for a new job. How much you don't know about Dad. Dad's company went bankrupt due to the recession. What? When? 6 months ago. Why did he keep such an important thing from me? He told you over and over again. What the hell were you listening to? What? You were always so full of yourself, dressed up in brand name clothes, leaving when Dad gets home. You were always so busy with your favorite stripper, weren't you? How did you... Anyone would notice if you act so easily. In fact, Dad is having an investigation. I admire him for not divorcing you. You're lying. No. He knew? Are you stupid? You're so obvious. It's the same with the wedding dress today. That's how honest I am. My feelings are expressed with my whole body. But how come he owes Jasmine? I'm overwhelmed. Maybe I should have Jasmine to explain this to you. Huh? What do you mean? Mike?
Laura, it's me.
Why are you with Mike?
Why? We just finished our wedding. Of course we are together.
You're always annoying. How can my husband owe someone like you?
I'm your husband's boss.
Huh? What are you talking about? That's bullshit. He works for a prestigious company.
Didn't you hear what Mike said earlier? Your husband's company went bankrupt 6 months ago because of the recession.
Really?
And he was getting older, so he was having a hard time. Just around that time, we were looking for people in my department. We needed to hire a person as soon as possible, regardless of age, so I asked him.
To your company?
Yes. We had been doing business with his company, so I knew most of the work he was doing, and it was easy for me to talk to him. After consulting with the company executives, I interviewed your husband.
What? Why should you interview him? Isn't that too rude?
Because I'm the head of the department.
You're the head? Don't make me laugh. There's no way an ordinary employee like you can be the head.
Generally, that's true, but I joined this company on my mother's recommendation.
That miserable mother? That's crazy. I don't understand.
I think you're misunderstanding something big. My mother is a lawyer.
Lawyer? You've got to be kidding.
I'm not joking, it's true. She forgets about her appearance when she is into her work and looks a little shabby.
What?
By the way, I also graduated from a famous national university. I am fluent in languages, so my mother, who is a corporate lawyer, recommended me for this job.
Is it true?
It's true. Of course, since she recommended me, I worked very hard. That's why I was highly evaluated and became a department head immediately. And then, I recommended your husband to this company.
Is that possible?
It actually happened. I am so glad that I was able to help him. He is a person with a great track record. Needless to say, he was an immediate asset to our company. I don't know which one of us is the boss.
I can't believe you are his boss. More importantly, I can't believe your mother is a lawyer.
Oh yes, I have a message from my mother.
A message?
The wedding hall is demanding compensation for the doodle on today's dress.
Me? You rented the dress, right? Then you should be the one to pay.
No, you entered the bride's room without permission and intentionally doodled on the dress. We have proof.
Oh no, how terrible.
I will also claim compensation for the emotional distress you caused me just before the wedding.
What? There's no way I can pay that.
My mother is a lawyer, you know. You can't turn away from this, so please do whatever you can to pay me.
Oh no, I'll ask my husband.
Ask your husband? How self-absorbed are you? Last night, he told you not to go to the wedding alone since he would go with you, right?
Was it so? How did you know that?
Because I heard from Mike. You broke the promise and went to the wedding hall without permission. You tried to ruin the wedding by doodling on my dress. Your husband is even more upset than Mike, since he had a lot of stress from you.
What?
I'm sorry to tell you this, but he is thinking of divorcing you.
Divorce? Why should I get divorced? You shouldn't be happier than me.
I don't understand. Laura, before you blame me, please think about what you have done. As Mike said earlier, there must be many reasons for divorce.
Why do I have to be...
Before you ruin our wedding, didn't you have many things you should have done?
Huh?
You didn't even know that your husband's company went bankrupt. You've been playing around all night, shopping as much as you want. You didn't listen to your husband's story or Mike's. How hard it must have been for them. Have you ever thought about that?
That's... But I don't want to hear that from you.
I see. Then please speak directly to them.
Wait a minute. He's angry, right? Really angry?
Of course. Both of them are very angry.
Then it would be great if you could be there.
Huh?
I'd like you to join our discussion so that I won't get divorced. I need you to convince them both. I don't want to get divorced, okay? You're going to be my daughter-in-law from today, right? You have to help me.
How selfish are you? I can't deal with people like you anymore. I have no intention of helping you. Let me end this conversation. Please do something by yourself. Well then. After that, Laura had to pay compensation to the wedding hall and me. Also, because of her unbelievable attitude towards me, my father-in-law, who owes me a lot, had decided to divorce her and got divorced. Laura insisted that she did not want to get divorced, and he had a hard time divorcing her. But my mother, who is a lawyer, persuaded her to sign the papers. My mother is very good at persistent accusing. When the divorce was finalized, the property was divided, but Laura had been spending a lot of money to the strip club for years, so she ended up being sued for compensation. I think she got what she deserved, but I wonder how my father-in-law felt about it. I will never forget the sad look on his face. Mike and I started our married life. I see my father-in-law every day at work, so when he finishes work early, we go home together and have dinner at our house. We would like to support him so that he will not feel lonely now that he is alone. Hey Megan, what are you doing right now? It's me, Sarah. Sis? How are you? How did you get my number? I asked my ex-boyfriend. What kind of connection is that? I cut you off, so there's nothing to talk about. I wanted to celebrate you, so I tried my best to find your number. Celebrate me? Yes! I heard you got remarried. Congratulations! How did you know? Who told you? I was careful not to tell anyone, especially you. Who cares? Rumor like that will naturally get to your ears. It's a happy thing. What's the problem? I didn't want you to know, so that's why I didn't tell you. But if you already know, then whatever. Hey, I'm celebrating you and how rude. I'm your only sister. You didn't even tell me you got remarried. I'm going to cry. Don't be silly. Do you know how much I've suffered because of you? Sorry. I had a broken heart. My husband helped me get back on my feet, though. I said I'm sorry. So leave me alone. Don't ever reach me again. I knew that, but I just wanted to say congratulations. Congratulations? How dare you took my husband away from me and text me? Don't say I took him away from you. I just happened to like him. It couldn't be helped. Besides, he's the one who flirted first. How dare you? I know you made him do it. That's terrible. I totally look like the bad guy. You are. But even if I was, if he didn't have any intention, he wouldn't have divorced you. What are you trying to say? That you weren't attractive enough as a woman? It's your fault that you couldn't keep him. Don't blame me for everything. I don't understand. You set it up so that it would happen. Well, I broke up with him after all, so I don't really care. But you're lucky to have a funny guy who likes you. I thought you were going to be single for the rest of your life. That's so rude. It's none of your business. Leave me alone. I'm your sister, so it matters. What's your new husband like? I won't tell you. I know you're up to something. You really are a terrible sister. You won't even introduce him? I would never introduce him, and I don't want you to know about him. I know you want to take everything that belongs to me. I'm so surprised at how badly you treat me. You've done something bad. You should be sorry for the rest of your life. If you don't have anything else, then goodbye. Hey, hold on. Megan, Megan, will you text me back? What? I told you not to contact me again. I'm busy. Sorry, but I've got some good news and I really need you to hear it. No, thank you. I don't want to listen to you. I don't care what you have to say. That's not fair. You could at least hear your sister's story. I said I don't want to hear it. Are we done? Wait a minute, I'll make it quick. I have a boyfriend. Well, that's great. I'm not interested in your boyfriend. Well, he's the most handsome boyfriend I've ever had. Oh, that's great. And he's super elite too. He's got a bright future. Nice. He's the kind of guy you'd like. And he asked me to marry him and have his baby. Good for you. Good luck with your love. Why do you talk to me so coldly? Why can't you be a little more happy for me? I told you it's none of my business. Honestly, I don't feel anything. I gave you my blessing to your remarriage. You're not even happy that I have a boyfriend? Isn't it obvious? You stole my husband from me. How can I be happy? I'm sorry, but this time, I want to be happy too. I want to marry him and be an elegant housewife. I want to have his baby and have a happy family. Well, as you wish. Yeah, thanks. I'll let you know how it goes. No, you don't have to let me know. I don't want anything to do with your marriage. You may not, but I do, because you're my only sister. So annoying. Besides, I've already broken relationship with you. Megan, do you have time now? I need to talk to you. Hey, you got my texts, right? Answer me. What is it? I told you not to contact me anymore. I don't have time for you. You're saying that again. I know you're actually happy. No, you're really annoying. I have something serious to tell you today. I don't want to hear it. I'm not interested at all. Don't say like that. You have to listen to me. You know I have a boyfriend. I'm getting married. Oh, congratulations. Okay, bye. Hold on. It's kind of sudden, but we're going to have a big wedding that costs $80,000. He's a very rich man, and his family has a lot of money too. Good for you. Are you showing off yourself? I don't care how much you spend on the wedding. It has nothing to do with me. I'm sure you remember that I cut you off. I do remember. And because of you, Mom and Dad cut me off too. Isn't it obvious? Nobody wants to admit that there is a big sister in the family who would take away the little sister's husband. I feel really bad for them because of you. And back to my story. I have a baby in my belly. What? A baby? Just a few days ago, you told me you had a boyfriend. I know! I guess we love each other too much. Yeah. That's why we had to have the wedding on such short notice. I'm sorry I became a mom before you. Whether you become a mom or not is none of my business. Oh? Do you really think it's none of your business? What? I'm sorry to say this, but I took your husband away from you again. I have your husband's child. Huh? What are you talking about? I said, the baby in my belly? It's your husband's. Don't play tricks on me. I'm gonna get mad. You have every right to be angry because I'm stealing your husband from you again. And this time, We're having a baby. That can't be true. You're getting good at lying, huh? I'm not lying. Your husband works for a famous company, right? Well, he sometimes goes business trip overseas, right? Yes. And he's a tall guy with cool glasses? True. And he's very handsome. If I say so myself, I think he's handsome. Then he's definitely your husband. I'm such a guilty girl, taking away my sister's husband twice. How could you take something so precious from me that easily? I can't believe you. That's because I'm prettier than you. You. How much do you want to make me suffer? You're not satisfied stealing my ex. It's not that I'm not satisfied. I just want yours so bad. Seriously? But on the other hand, that's how much I love you. Stop it. I don't even want you to like me. I'm shivering. Who are you going to marry? I said, your husband. I know you trusted him. It's hard to accept something like this out of the blue. Have you finally lost your mind? You're crazy. All right. I have a meeting for the wedding. I need to go, so bye. I'll text you later. Hey, answer the phone. Now. Megan? What is it? I'm still sleeping. Are you still in bed? It's already morning. What's going on? What? Don't be silly. I don't know what you're talking about. Your husband's mother just showed me a video. His mother? A video? I have no idea. What is it about? How long are you going to play dumb? I'm so disappointed in you. I don't care what you think of me. I have nothing to do with you. But I really don't understand what you mean. It was a homemade video of the pictures of me and your ex-husband when we were dating. And there was a message from him at the end. What? What kind of message? How dare you ruin my happiness? It's your fault. That's true. I knew it was you. You harassed me because I'm pregnant with your current husband's child, and I'm about to marry him. Huh? You used the pictures from my phone, and you're still connected to your ex-husband? You sneaky woman. How could I be so sophisticated? And I don't know anything about my ex. I don't even want to see him. I don't even know where he is or what he's doing. Thanks to you, I'm getting a lot of questions from his mother. What kind of? You'll never steal someone's husband? You can devote yourself to my son for the rest of your life? You can have children until we have an heir? Something like that. She wants to be sure before the wedding. She sounds scary. What have you done? You made her do it, didn't you? You knew his mother's character. How dirty. I'll never forgive you. Why should I go through all that trouble? I don't care who you marry. Sore loser. Huh? You're upset because I'm marrying your husband, huh? You'd better explain yourself to her. Explain what? That was my ex-husband. It's not my sister's fault. It's just I wasn't attractive enough. My sister will only be devoted to your son. I can't lie like that. It's true that you messed with my ex. What are you saying? If you don't do something, I'll end up being bullied by her. I want to be happy. I want to be a wealthy housewife. Do something. Well, I'd like to do something for you, but I can't. Why not? Because I'm not in the States. I left the States before you texted me. Huh? Where are you? Did you go on a sentimental journey or something? Well, I guess it's natural. You would lose your mind if your husband was taken away from you again. No. Like you mentioned, my husband works overseas, and he works at the office in Germany now. So I live in Germany with him. What do you mean? I came to Germany right after I married my current husband, so it's been about a year. What? Your husband works for a famous company, right? Yes, he does. And he's a tall guy with cool glasses, right? Yes, but yours is not my husband. What? You're kidding? Then who is the man I'm going to marry? I don't know. What? Who told you that he's my husband? He told me. He said, I'm his wife's sister. What? That's scary. Maybe he's... What? He might be a stalker. What do you mean? I've actually been stalked. You have? Some men are curious about you? Well, he looked like my husband, so I thought it was him, and called him accidentally at the station. That was when he started approaching me every time I saw him. Huh. That's it? I have more. For some reason, I saw him every day. That's strange. Right? And then, he started asking me to marry him, to have his babies, or he'll support me. In the end, his mother appeared. That mother? Probably. She came to me and said, I need you to marry my son. You are going to have our son's child. I won't let you run away. She was totally crazy. You're saying that's the mother? Are you kidding me? Of course, I told my husband everything, so he was hiding and watching over me that day. And when she pulled my hand and tried to take me away, my husband saved me. That's your husband? Yes. They thought I was single, so they became furious and shouted that they had no interest in married women. They were looking for a woman who can give them an heir, and disappeared. Then how did he know I was your sister? He said that I am indeed his wife's sister. Perhaps he was just making things up as he went along, to get the woman who would have his heir. No way! How is that possible? It was so scary that it sent chills down my spine. I don't want to believe it, but it really happened. God, what am I going to do? I have his child. What's going to happen now? I don't know. Maybe she showed you the video to remind you that you can't run away from this. On top of that, you need to marry him. No, I don't want to. I'm scared. I don't know what will happen if I marry him. Right. I was scared too. It's your fault that this happened. Do something about it. Wait a minute. Why is this my fault? I had nothing to do with it. I'm not even in the States. It's your fault for remarrying. You tried to make yourself happy. So what? I was depressed because you took my ex-husband away from me. And then, I met my husband and he saved me. He married me knowing everything that had happened. What's wrong with me being happy? I can't allow it. You're the only one being happy. Why can't I be happy? Then you should be happy too. What? How? Why don't you build a happy family with your fiancé and your mother-in-law? That's absolutely impossible. Just hearing what you just said is horrible. I'm a woman just to have his baby, right? It sounds like so. But you're already pregnant, so I guess you'll just have to accept it. I'm scared. Do something. You have to help me. I can't. I told you. I'm in Germany now. There's nothing I can do for you. Why don't you just come back for your sister you admire? A sister I admire? How could I admire you when you took my ex-husband away from me and made me suffer? If you had never remarried, none of this would have happened. Do something! I thought I broke relationship with you. I have no obligation to help you. Don't be so harsh! If you really don't want to get married, then do something yourself. You can run away to another city and hide yourself. Or maybe you can talk to the police. Your choice. Megan, I'm asking you this much. Are you serious? Of course, I'm serious. I will never forgive you. Don't ever contact me again. I'll block you again. Megan, please, help me! After that, my sister ran away from the son and mother by asking our parents for help. Since they've already cut her off because she stole my ex-husband and forced me to divorce him, they refused to see her. However, I think they had complicated feelings when they saw her with a big belly. My sister didn't want to be found by the son and mother, so she moved to another city and gave birth to her child alone. It was a good thing that she was able to escape from them. But I wonder if she's able to raise a child. I'm a little worried. But it's not my problem anymore. I will be living in Germany for a few more years. And in the time I have left, I am going to enjoy many experiences so that my life will be enriched.
Hey sis, how are you? Are you able to get out of the hospital? Leah, I'm feeling so great that it's hard to stay in bed, but I think I won't be able to leave the hospital. Oh, I didn't expect you would be hospitalized because of TPL. I thought you would go back to our house and go to the hospital from there. That was my plan too, but with a belly like this, I was worried. It's the first time I'm having a baby, so I should rest, like the doctor said. Right. Unfortunately, I've never had a baby before, so I don't have any advice for you. I'm sorry. Hey, it's not something you should apologize for. It's enough that you tried to cheer me up. Really? I'm glad I'm being helpful to you. I work in an office, so I can at least text you like this. I'll text you when I can. I can't come see you often, though. You know I'm so busy that I go home just to go to bed. I know you're busy and you've done enough for me. Thank you. How are you? Busy at work? Sorry, I have to stay in the hospital for so long. Well, I didn't think you'd be in the hospital this long. I've been working late and feeling exhausted. I thought so since you don't come to see me. Take care. It's gonna be busy after the baby is born. It'll be a big problem if you get sick. I know. What do you have for dinner? I just ordered some food and eat. Don't worry about me, so focus on your own treatment. I know, but are you mad at me? I'm not mad at you, but I can't focus when you text me while I'm working. Oh, right. I have a lot of free time, so I might have been texting you too much. Sorry. When will you be able to come here? I don't know. I want you to come by after work sometime. I'm sure the baby can hear you now. But even if I go talk to the baby, it won't make any difference, right? What? He might be able to hear my voice, but even if I talk to your belly when you're in the hospital, it's not like he's going to be born soon. That's true, but I want to see you too. You can see me when you come home after the birth. Until then, you should concentrate on the birth there. Is that it? The baby has been in my belly for 9 months, and now we're finally going to meet him, and you're that cold? No, I'm not. Guys don't really feel it because nothing changes in our body. Well, that's true. I hear that a lot. Anyway, I'll be there if I can finish work early. I've got some more work to do. I'll see you then. Okay. Leah, it's urgent. Please text me back. What's wrong? I can't reach Harry. I've been calling and texting, but he hasn't read my texts and returned my calls. Maybe he's busy at work. He said you were insistent. You saw him? Yeah, on my way to work by accident. He said he's busy with work. That's why he goes home late every day. I wonder if he's been eating enough. Really? Can you get in touch with him? I can't. We just ran into each other the other day. Right. Oh god. I think my labor started. What? I'm expecting the baby today. I was hoping you could tell him. I mean, we just ran into each other, so I don't know where your husband is. If you can't reach him, why don't you tell him after the baby is born? Huh? He wouldn't know when the baby will be born. Is that even possible? If you can't get in touch with him, there's nothing we can do. He seemed really busy. God, I can't rely on you at a time like this? Sorry! Oh, sorry, I took it out on you since I'm having the labor. Sorry. I'd like to ask him to pay for the hospital, the birth fee, the birth certificate, and all of the paperwork. Why don't you ask Mom? Well, if I can't reach him, then I guess I'll have to ask her. What if I can't even reach him after the birth? I'm sure I'll leave the hospital as soon as the baby is born. Even then, you'll have to ask Mom and Dad. Your husband's parents live far away, right? That's right. If I need you, help me too, Leah. It might be more helpful to have you. I can't. Why not? You know I'm busy too. Editor's job is so irregular. I'm stuck in the office. I told you before, didn't I? Even in your sister's emergency? No, I probably wouldn't be able to. So you don't want to see my baby? It's not like that, but you guys won't help me at all. You don't have to say it like that. Hey, can you please respond? What is this all about? I'm finally getting out of the hospital with the baby, and where's the daddy? And the house is empty. You already left the hospital? I was waiting for it. Huh? I'm sorry, I know you just gave the birth, but I can't live with you anymore. Sorry, but you'll have to raise the child by yourself. Why is this happening? He's your child. You're leaving without even seeing him? Why would I agree to you without knowing the reason? I think it's better if you don't know. Are you crazy? Do you know what you're doing? If I'm going to raise this child by myself, that means we're getting divorced. We were both so happy when we finally had a baby, right? Yeah, I remember. We even made a promise that when we have a baby, we'll build our own home. Right, but that was in the past. The past? Isn't this about our future? I'm sorry, but there is no future. There's an envelope on the table with divorce documents. Fill it out and send it to the lawyer. You can't just... This is insane. You left me alone in the hospital and when I had labor. You didn't call me back. And after I left the hospital, you asked me to divorce you? Give me a good reason why you're doing this. That's... You and I had a bad chemistry, you know? The incompatibility. Really? What? This is a fine reason, right? Is that the reason? What? Are you doubting me? After the baby was born, a new mother from our same department came to see me at the hospital. We got to know each other since we had our babies around the same time. We promised each other we'd call after the baby was born. So what? She sent me a picture. Picture? A picture of her kid? I'm not interested in that. No, a picture of you. Huh? Why my picture? She saw you with an unknown woman. She was curious, so she took your picture as evidence. Plus, the woman you were with looked like she had a big belly. But it obviously wasn't me, so she thought it was weird. What? Let me send you that picture now. This is... I was surprised to see the woman in the picture. I mean, I felt as if someone had hit me over the head with a big hammer. Because the woman in the picture with you is my sister. This is, you know... You were having an affair with Leah? That's why she sent me those texts spying on me. The reason why I stopped hearing from you. Why only Leah sended me texts. And why you kept saying you're busy. Now I understand everything. If you know what I'm talking about, good. That was quick. I'm divorcing you and I'm going to be with Leah. She has a 5-month-old baby in her belly. That's why I'm leaving you and I can't raise your child. How can you say that so brazenly? Of course I'll agree to the divorce. You'll lose everything, even your property, okay? Huh? About that. The division of property. Let's discuss it later. Property division? Don't make me laugh. You're not getting any property. Why not? We have savings, right? It should be around $100,000. You need to study more. There's no way you have property division. Why not? Common property should be divided fairly. There's no way you're going to get them all by yourself. Common property. Aren't you misunderstanding something? Misunderstanding what? Common property is what we saved and what we bought after we got married. This $100,000 is what I saved when I was single. Well, it includes dividends too, though. You're kidding, right? What about my salary and bonus? You used your salary to pay the rent, utilities, and food. I used my salary to cover the shortage, right? Oh, then what about my bonus? Did you forget that you used it to buy whatever you want? What? A set of golf clubs, a new car, a luxury brand suit, etc. Most of the bonus must have disappeared for those payments. You didn't realize it yourself? What? Then what about the property division? Of course, zero. Even if there was, you had an affair and made a child while I was pregnant, so you would be considered neglecting my child, and you wouldn't get any money. You're kidding, right? It's obvious you were cheating. Moreover, with my sister, I'll get enough compensation and child support from you. I'm in the middle of discussion with my lawyer right now. Wait a minute. I thought I was getting a property division, so I bought a house at Leah's request. I was going to use the property division to pay for it. What am I gonna do? I don't know. You did everything on your own, so don't cry and beg me. And I'll never let you see my child, so keep that in mind. At best, hope you and Leah will suffer. Sis! Answer the phone! Sis, don't ignore! What is it? Don't play dumb! What have you done? No property division? You evil! Evil? Which one of us is evil? You stole my husband and had a baby with him. I'm speechless. My child doesn't have a father since the moment he was born. I feel sorry for him. It's your fault! Huh? Why is it my fault? Because you're not attractive, so he started to love me. Oh, whatever. I'm not interested in that guy anymore. I'm just going to raise up my child to be a fine young man. I don't care about that either. I'm going to have a baby too. I heard that. That's why we bought a house. I used my savings to pay for the deposit and others, but I was going to use his property division to pay for the rest. What are we gonna do? Why are you asking me? We're divorced now and I have nothing to do with it. In the first place, our savings is what I saved when I was single, so it's not subject to property division. Oh no, we're going to suffer from the finances. Then why don't you just sell the house? I know you just bought it though. Don't say it like it's none of your business. It is not my business. I don't want to do that. Then why don't you both work to death to pay for it? Figure out how to pay together. It's none of my business. You are really cold. That's why he left you. Fine, I'll talk to Mom. Are you stupid? Huh? Mom won't support you. Why not? Think about what you've done. You took my husband away from me, and now you're having his baby. Mom and Dad are both furious. What? You're surprised? Wow, how much of an easygoing person are you? Of course they are. They said they would cut you off. They would never forgive you for hurting me and my child so deeply. Oh no! What am I supposed to do? I don't know how to raise a child on my own. I bet. Figure it out with him. Oh, I know. I should cry to his parents. Huh? About the house and raising the child. I can just ask his parents. How many times should I tell you? Are you an idiot? His parents are furious too. What? I told them what happened before I left the hospital. They cried on the phone and apologized to me. They said their son did a terrible thing and then asked me to forgive him. Really? They said they would do everything they could to help pay for the child support. So even though you guys cried at them, I can see that you guys will be rejected at the entrance. Then what are we going to do? I told you I don't know. It's not my problem, so don't ask me anymore. I don't even want to see your face. I'm sad to lose my only sister like this. Oh yeah, I'm going to have to charge you compensation too. No, there's no way I can pay that. I can't. But I've already discussed it with my lawyer. I'm sure you'll be receiving a bill from him soon. Oh no, I'm about to have a baby. What am I supposed to do? I don't know. You deserve it. Can I talk to you now? I have nothing more to talk to you. Don't say that. Listen to me. Compensation, child support, home payment, childbirth fee, I can't afford them. Well, you had a low income. It was a miracle that you had such a good life, you know? That was because you had a good income, right? I know. You just understand now? I went to my parents' house to beg for money. But what have you done? They said they didn't want to think of a shameless man like me as their son. I can never go back to that house. They're insulating me. And they refuse to see me. I knew it. But then, I can't even let Leah have a baby now. To be honest, I think we can only make it through the day. You don't need to tell me that. That's what you wanted, right? You abandoned me and this child. Please, will you help me? Huh? You must have over $100,000 in savings right now. Lend it to me. I'll pay you back. Who are you talking to? You had an affair with my sister and even had a baby with her. You abandoned me after I just had a baby. Also, this child's future. You may think I'm fine, but I don't know how much I've suffered. Thanks to the support of my parents, I'm finally starting to be positive. I'm sorry. I'm sorry I've made you guys suffer. Sorry. Apologizing doesn't make any difference. This is about people's lives, okay? You don't understand the seriousness of the matter. I'm sorry. I have Leah's future and unborn child's future. Please, help me. I've already cut off that girl. She's a stranger to me. Don't say that. I only care about my child's future. I can't afford to take care of you guys. I don't want to think about it. I will never help you guys. Do not reach me again. No, please. I have no one else to ask. Then why don't you just sell the house? Leah doesn't want me to do that. Oh, right. If you're going to listen to her selfishness, you'll have to work like a slave. I don't think there's no one who can help you guys. Don't say that. At least, not that. I, or my parents, or your parents will help you. If you're going to ask for help, then find someone else. Well, I'm not going to text you anymore since it has nothing to do with me. Wait a minute. I don't want to break off relationship with you. Then I can break up with Leah and get back together with you. You're the worst. It was right to divorce you. There's no way I could raise a child with a man who has zero responsibility. Okay, I'm gonna block you. Wait, please. After that, Leah somehow managed to have a baby, but they couldn't earn enough money to raise a child, so they went bankrupt. They lost all of their property and now raising their child quietly in a shabby old apartment. Leah became neurotic by raising a child for the first time, so I heard. Harry has to take care of the housework and the baby, and he can't even work enough. I feel sorry for the child, but it is none of my business. I am raising my child with my parents' help back at home. I am so grateful for my parents' thoughtfulness. My purpose in life is to see my child grow up with smiles on his face. I will continue to look forward and live with sincerity.
Hello, Taylor.
Hello, Jane. What's up?
You're not playing with your computer today.
What do you mean by playing with a computer?
What do I mean? You're always talking to your computer and playing with it. Pathetic. I'm embarrassed that I have to introduce you as my son's wife.
How many times do I have to tell you? I'm not playing, I'm working. I'm working hard to improve my expressiveness.
Expressiveness? That's funny. I've never heard of a job where you talk to computers.
I'm not talking to a computer. I'm a narrator. I'm recording my narration using a computer. I'm not playing with it.
What a weird job. I mean, is that really work? I can't help but think you're just playing around, no matter how I look at it.
I swear, it's real work. And it's pretty hard, you know. A little change of my voice could change the story after all. Every time I record, I have to carefully consider my expression.
Fine. That aside, where are you, Taylor?
I'm just out for some errands. I'm also going to pick up some groceries.
What? I thought I'd bring you lunch.
I see. Sorry, I'm not home.
That's okay. I'll make it again for you later.
Thank you. Jane?
What's up, Taylor?
Did you come to my house just now?
Yeah. I brought you lunch, but you said you were going shopping, so I just took your lunch home. It was delicious. What a shame.
I appreciate it, but I told you not to come in without permission, didn't I?
Oh, why? I'm your mother-in-law. Why can't I? You're the one who gave me the spare key.
I gave you the spare key in case of emergency.
I came over to your place, but you weren't home. So it's in case of emergency, right?
What?
Because you don't want to be burglarized or something.
What kind of reason is that? Anyway, please don't go in there without permission. And please don't go into my workroom.
What are you so mad for?
Of course I am. All the data I recorded yesterday has disappeared. You deleted it, didn't you?
Whoops! You found out. I was wondering how to talk to the computer like how you always do. And I accidentally clicked the wrong button. My bad.
Thanks to you, my work schedule is messed up.
You're being too harsh.
It's because you came into the house without permission and did something unnecessary.
Unnecessary? I brought you lunch. I was being nice to you and you talked to me that way.
I'm sorry, I was out of line. But really, please don't go in without permission and touch things in the house. I especially don't want you to touch anything related to my work.
Why do you talk to me like that? You really are a sassy child.
Hey, do you have a minute?
Yeah, if it's through text. What's up?
I was at the hospital yesterday, so I was gone for a bit. And while I was gone, your mother entered my room again without permission.
Again? I told her so many times not to go into your house without permission.
It would have been okay if she just entered the house, but she deleted all the data I have to submit by tomorrow.
Really? I'm sorry.
No, it's not your fault. I should have saved the data properly.
But if she hadn't come into the house without permission, that wouldn't have happened, would it?
Well, yeah, but...
I'm sorry. I'll warn her again. I'm really sorry. Hey, Taylor. John has been giving me a lot of trouble because of you.
I see.
Why do you always do unnecessary things?
Unnecessary? That's my line.
Huh?
Because you erased the data. I'll be working all night today.
Really? You're going to stay up all night talking to the computer? Darn.
I said I'm recording data. And I didn't tell you, but I'm going to tell you now.
What?
You entered my house without telling us 3 days ago, right?
What? I don't know if I did.
I was too absorbed in my work to notice. I was checking the recording. I found your voice in the recording.
What? Really? What did I say? Taylor! Taylor! What? You heard my voice in there? That's so funny.
Jane, it's not funny. I'm working. Thanks to you, I had to re-record that data too.
Really?
Don't get in the way of my work.
Work? It seems you like talking to computers. Now you can talk to computers more.
Jane, I'm not joking around.
I know. You're supposed to be John's wife, but you don't act like a wife. What are you talking so high and mighty about? Do you think you can get away with anything by saying it's your job?
Well,
you live so close to me and yet you never show up. You never invite me to dinner or to go shopping.
That's because I'm busy with work.
There it is again. That's all you say. Work, work, work. You're going to ignore me, your mother-in-law? Don't be so arrogant.
Well, John said I didn't have to.
John would never say such a thing. I lost my husband 5 years ago and I live alone. He should be worried about me living alone. You're trying to put your own inadequacy on my son. You're the worst wife.
Huh. I'm sorry.
Taylor? Taylor, this is urgent.
Good morning, Jane. What's urgent?
Let's move in together now.
Huh? Living together? What's going on all of a sudden?
You didn't tell me because you didn't want to, did you?
What?
I've been told about the limited life expectancy.
What? Who are you talking about?
You, of course.
Huh? Why do you know about this?
You've been to the hospital, haven't you?
How do you know?
Your neighbor says she saw you going to the hospital.
Sure, I go to the hospital, but lately my allergies have been so bad. The itchy eyes, the rhinitis, it's been affecting my work. I've been going to the hospital.
You don't have to lie.
Lie?
Why didn't you tell me?
I didn't tell you because that's the truth.
You kept it from me because you didn't want to tell me. You felt guilty about being married to John, even though you've been told you didn't have long to live, didn't you?
What on earth do you mean?
Well, I don't know. John is still young. He should divorce you and remarry to someone healthy and well.
No.
You felt sorry for holding John back, didn't you?
I have no idea what you mean.
It doesn't matter to me that you've been told you don't have much time left to live. You should be more devoted to me than that.
What? I don't understand what you mean.
You'll be gone in the near future. You've been incompetent as a wife. You should at least serve your mother-in-law at your last moment, right?
Huh?
Instead of wasting your time talking to a computer, I think it's better to serve me and live your life to the fullest.
Wasting time? I'm doing my job, okay? I'm wasting more time because of you.
Anyway, I don't know how long you'll live. You should devote your remaining time to me. I think that's the least you can do as my son's wife. I'm sure John feels the same way.
Why am I being treated like I'm seriously ill? It's really just allergies.
You don't have to hide it. I know I've been told I don't have long to live. Anyway, you need to move in with me right away and spend your remaining time with me, okay?
Wait a minute. I'll tell my husband everything.
What?
It's not up to me alone to decide if we should live together. Let me think about it for a while.
John would agree.
John, I know you're busy, but it's an emergency. Can I have a word with you?
What's wrong?
She scared me a lot.
What?
I just got a text from your mom. For some reason, she thinks I'm going to die from a medical condition.
What the hell? That's not true, right?
Of course not. I just had an examination the other day. Other than the onset of allergies, I'm extremely healthy.
Then why is she saying that?
Well, I don't really know. The only thing that comes to mind is a recording I redid the other day. There was a story about a woman who was told she didn't have long to live. And there was your mother's voice in the data, so I had to redo it. I think she must have heard me recite it. That's about all I can think of.
That's it. My mother is restless, so it's definitely her. Darn. She's interfering with your work to that extent. Well, that's definitely the reason.
Yeah.
Taylor, what's going on? Did you get sick? Did you go into the hospital? Taylor!
What's wrong, Jane?
What's wrong? Since you didn't answer, I thought I'd force you to come to our house. I came to your apartment. I unlocked the door and went inside, and it was empty, so if you replied, that means you're alive.
Why would you say that? I am alive.
Then where are you? I'm trying to make sure the rest of your life is fulfilling. I told you to move in with me. Mom, it's me. John, what's this all about? Actually, we've moved out. Moved out? I told Taylor to come move in with me when she was told she didn't have long to live. Why did you move out? What's with the life expectancy thing? Don't be ridiculous. Stop making stupid assumptions. What? You've been going to the hospital, right, Taylor? Yes, I do. After all, you've been told you don't have long to live, right? You want to live like a normal person until the very last minute, don't you? I told you to stop with that nonsense. Taylor is in the hospital because she is having allergy symptoms. It's because she can't do her job when her nose is running. What? Then who's the one who told me she doesn't have long to live? A fictitious woman. What do you mean fictitious? I'm telling you, Taylor is working as a narrator. She was reciting a story about a girl who was told she didn't have long to live. You must have eavesdropped and misunderstood. Huh? Then that was... I knew it. That was just a reading. Taylor was working. It's not like Taylor is sick. Huh? So you tricked me? I didn't trick you. You broke into someone's house with a spare key. You went up to Taylor's workroom and eavesdropped. You just assumed it was true, didn't you? Taylor hasn't been given a life expectancy? Of course not. No matter how many times I warned you, you just kept getting in the way of Taylor's work. Do you have any idea how much Taylor does for her clients? Do you understand? I don't care. She's just always on her computer talking. Yeah, because that's her job. I can't believe she has a job like that. Taylor is a popular narrator and is sought after by local TV stations and YouTubers. Oh, really? She's already busy and you give her more problems. Taylor's had a rough time, do you understand? How am I supposed to understand jobs nowadays? I explained to you over and over again. I even asked you not to come in the house without permission. But you didn't care because you had the spare key. You're just bullying my wife. No, I'm not. I also heard that you told her to devote her life to you, to make use of her last few years of life. That's because your wife ignores her mother-in-law. You're the worst kind of person. Huh? If Taylor really got sick, you'd tell her to serve you, no matter how much pain she's in, wouldn't you? Don't be ridiculous. Taylor is my wife, not your servant. No one said she was a servant, but a wife has to behave like a wife, right? Mom, what are you talking about? What? Then I won't let you see Taylor anymore. John, what are you talking about? I'm fed up with you too, so I'm going to break it off with you at this point. Huh? You can't do that. Ever since I was little, it was always, don't do this and don't do that. Do this and only this. You gotta fulfill your responsibilities as the oldest. You've obnoxiously controlled every aspect of my life. Don't talk to me like that. It's all for your own good. If it's just me, that's fine. But you're trying to force it on Taylor. No, I'm not. You are. Listen to yourself. You were just talking about behaving as a wife and whatnot. I'm sick and tired of it. I will never see you again. I'll live with Taylor alone.
Leave us alone. John, you're abandoning me to live alone? John got angry and went to the next room. Taylor, what have you done? Thanks to you, my son abandoned me. Do something about it. Why is it my fault? Huh? I tried to make myself understood. I spoke politely to you so many times, but it was you who never listened. Who do you think you are? You always obstruct my work, and then you assumed I was dying. And on top of that, told me to serve you. What am I to you? You're my daughter-in-law, aren't you? That's only natural. I can't be your ideal daughter-in-law. Are you kidding me? John understands how I feel. He suggested that we move out. Move? What are you talking about? We're moving. John told you earlier, didn't he? What? He didn't tell me anything. There you go again, always interpreting things to your liking. I said we should live together. Living together was out of the question. That's why I moved out. John arranged everything for me. I was able to move in this past week. Where did you move to? I can't tell you that. Why? Because if I tell you, you will harass me again. For my work and our lives' sake, we don't want you to harass us anymore. What do you mean, harass? That's rude. If I don't know where you are, I won't even be able to see John. He literally just told you earlier. Remember? He said he never wants to see you again. What? Why? Why would he say that? John is my son. Give me back my son. Jane, John is a grown man now, and he married me. He's not the young little boy you imagine him to be. Why won't you understand? What? Do you know how John felt when he told you that he doesn't want to see you? Of course it was hard, but he made that decision for me. I will continue to work harder and harder and do my best at work and housework for him. So please don't worry about your son. So what then? I will be all alone from now on? That's what it looks like. How will I live? That's for you to decide, isn't it? You're still healthy and you can work. Or you can go back to the countryside and live a carefree life. Or live modestly on a pension. There are many ways to live. What? No, I'll be lonely. But this is all you're doing. And as long as John is upset, there is nothing I can do about it. Please, do your best and live your life making your own decisions. You're lying. Taylor, you are my daughter-in-law, right? You have to help me. I can't. Don't say that. You don't have to live with me then. Just stay close to me. I can't. I don't know when you'll have your outbursts again. Please, Taylor, at least tell me where you two will live. I won't. Please just give up. Why? Oh, and the apartment contract expires at the end of this month. Make sure you return the spare key to the real estate office. Thank you. Good luck, Jane. Taylor, please, wait! After that, Jane seems to be spending her time alone at home. According to her neighbors, her hair gradually turned white, and she has lost so much weight that it's hard to recognize who she is. I feel sorry for her, but she tried to bully me even under the impression that I had a short life ahead, and she was very evil for that. Regardless, I'm alive and very healthy. Now that I have moved, I can concentrate on my work as much as I want, and I am receiving job offers, one after another. I am truly grateful to John for allowing me to continue doing the work I love. When John forgives her, I hope he will be able to visit his mother. I am spending my days so fully, that I feel I can visit Jane for John instead. Nicole, it's me. You got my message, didn't you? Please reply. I went through all the trouble to send you this message. Who are you? I don't think I know you. Don't lie to me. I'm your only blood-related younger sister. I cut ties with you 8 years ago, so I don't have a younger sister anymore. How dare you text me out of the blue? You are the one who ruined my life. Don't talk like that. I didn't mean to ruin your life. Huh? Stop blabbering nonsense. You said that I took all the money out of your savings account and spent it all. That's why I ended up getting kicked out of the house. I didn't spend any of your money. Our parents were furious because they believed everything you told them. That's because I'm a good person. Of course our parents trust me. You've been a failure since you were a little girl. I don't need you to tell me that. I laughed when our parents kicked you out of the house. You're still saying nothing but trashy things. Mom and Dad are mine. I can't have you here. Well, it's in the past, so I don't care. I don't have anything to do with you guys anymore. I don't even want to think about it. By the way, I heard you're married and own your own company. You live in a luxurious house built by a house builder, right? Huh? I heard the company has several employees and number of sales is booming. How do you know that? Well, we live in the same country, so it's easy for me to get some information. What's your life like these days? It's none of your business. You have nothing to do with me. That's a very cold thing to say. I went to the trouble of remembering you and texted you. You don't need to remember me. Wipe me out of your memory. I can't do that because you're my only sister. As usual, I don't know what you're thinking. Will you leave me alone? I'm a stranger to you now, so stay away from me. Wait a minute! Esther, you need to explain to me. Oh, hi, Nicole. I can't believe you contacted me. Judas suddenly asked for a divorce. I had no idea why, but when I asked him, he said he's going to remarry you. What the hell does that mean? I don't think I need to explain that to you. I'm beautiful, aren't I? I went to see Judas and told him that I'm your sister. He instantly fell in love with me. Men are so simple. I said, no, because he's your husband. But he said that I'm the woman of his dreams. No matter what I said, I couldn't refuse. When I realized, looks like he has asked you for a divorce. What kind of person are you? How far do you have to go to trample on people's lives? Well, I don't need a husband who fell for someone like you anyway. Don't be rude. It's not my fault that he chose me instead. Of course you made him choose you. Just like that time. I was kicked out of the house out of the blue. I didn't do anything wrong. Why should I have to go through all of this? It's your destiny, isn't it? No, it isn't. It's because you're harassing me in every way you can. Let me tell you something. Even if I'm the one who initiated it, Judas fell in love with me. That means you're not attractive enough to him. Huh? You aren't attractive as a woman. Or maybe it's also because you couldn't fulfill your duties as a housewife. You made Judas think it was okay for him to leave you. It's not my entire fault. How dare you say that? You've lost the battle with me, Nicole. I'm sorry about that. Your husband, your house, everything is mine now. You heartless woman. I'll never forgive you. So what? I heard you are managing a design office. That's none of your business. I don't have to tell you anything about that. Don't get involved in my business. Don't be so cold. Why don't you at least talk to me about your business? For your information, I work for a housing company. Since Judas also works for a house builder, we get along well. We started out by talking about our jobs. What a bunch of unimportant information. I don't want to hear anything about you and Judas. I'm interested in your job. What? I'll take your company away from you. What the hell is that? Are you still trying to take something from me? Why do you keep doing that? You're taking everything from me. It's because I hate you. Ever since I was born, I was depressed by your presence. I didn't want you to come into my sight. Your presence annoys me. That's why I decided to take away all of your precious things you have in life. You're a devil, aren't you? You're not even my younger sister. I don't want a family member that tries to ruin my own happiness. I lost my family 8 years ago. That's what I think. I still think of you as my elder sister, so I'm going to take everything away from you. You've taken away my parents, husband, and got me kicked out of our family's house. Don't you think it's enough? I have nothing more to lose, so you can go enjoy your life. I wish that would happen. As you know, I have a hard time being satisfied. How are you, Nicole? Do you still want something from me? There's nothing I want to talk to you about. I have some good news. What is it? I heard that Judas's parents co-signed for your company. Now that they are strangers to you, they said they won't be your co-signer anymore. What? That's going to be a problem for you, isn't it? What are you going to do? What do you think I'm going to do? How much longer are you going to torment me? How much more do you have to take something from me until you feel satisfied? I told you, didn't I? I'm the kind of person who can't get enough. But I also understand how my parents-in-law feel. There's nothing more annoying than co-signing a loan for someone else. If something were to happen to your company, it would be a huge loss. You're really mean, aren't you? I don't think I'm being mean. I think I'm just doing what I should. But I negotiated with them. What kind of negotiation? I told them that if you let me own the company, you get to keep it. You have employees, right? If you keep the company, you can compensate them for their future lives. I'm being nice to you. How nasty. I'm Judas's wife. Isn't it natural to think of my parents-in-law first? That's enough. I'll give you everything. You can take it all away from me. Really? You don't mind at all? I wonder why you give it away so openly. Isn't that company valuable to you? I can't negotiate with you because I can't have a proper conversation with you. That's why I'm giving up the company. That's my sister. You know what you're talking about. I'm sure my in-laws and Judas will be very happy. Now you have nothing more to deal with me, right? You're right. I'm quite satisfied. I'm sure you are. Well then, I'm stepping down after all the formalities are done. Pick up the phone, Nicole. Hey, explain to me. What's going on? You need to explain to me. I just got fired from my job. It's because you did something behind my back, isn't it? What the hell did you do? I didn't do anything. Then how did my boss know about your design firm? Oh, the housing company you work for was a client of mine. I used to design houses for them. Huh? You never said anything about that. I didn't have to tell you that, did I? It's up to me who I do business with. The representative of the design firm was named after you, so the client asked me about what was going on. What? That's why I told him everything, and he was surprised to hear that you're such a terrible person. No kidding! And then he did a lot of research on you. Research? Yeah, you're late for work without reason. You don't apologize for the trouble you caused to other employees. You keep looking at your phone while you're working, without a care in the world. Then, you leave exactly at the end of the workday, forcing others to do all the overtime on your behalf. I heard your work attitude was terrible. That's not true. That's definitely a lie. I'm sure that there's an employee who tried to bring me down. But I heard that one of the executive directors was ordered to investigate. He wouldn't report a lie, would he? The president was very surprised. He said he can't believe that you and I are sisters. Well, I don't think we're sisters anyway. Oh no! And I heard your company doesn't allow side jobs. Your work attitude is a mess, and your behavior is just insane. They were disappointed when they found out that you can do whatever you want to people, including your own family member. They said that they don't want an insane employee who can't even follow the company rules. Did the president really say that? You're my sister and you didn't stand up for me? You could have said something to defend me. I tried to do that. I told them that you're an insane sister with nasty behaviors, but they should allow you to continue working with them if they don't mind. No way! Did you say that? I can't believe it. You have no right to say that words. You took everything away from me. I told you I'd never forgive you. You're a real jerk, Nicole. How dare you? Anyway, since it seems that the president is friends with the managing director of the house builder Judas is working at, the president told his friend that Judas betrayed me, got married to you, and in the end, you're destroying the company you took away from me. Huh? That has nothing to do with Judas. I thought so too, but the president insisted on telling his friend. You can't just turn him down, can you? He's upset and claimed that Judas, who doesn't have the proper attitude to be a member of society, can't work as a salesman for a house builder. The president said that? I must agree with him. With his insane way of thinking, it's hard to say that Judas won't betray the customers. If that happens, the company will suffer a major blow of loss. I think it's reasonable to take measures before that happens. Do you think you can just get away with that? Fine. Even if the company fires me, I still have a design firm. I have the company that I took from you. About that, when I quit representing the company, the other designers got suspicious. They all complained to me that they wanted to quit the firm. I think their resignation letters should have been sent out to you. What did you say? I don't know anything about that. Because I was the president in name only, and I left all the work to the employees. What kind of president are you? How can you run a company like that? A company president just sits there and signs the documents, right? I don't have to go to the office every day. Do you think the company presidents of the world are stupid? A company president is in charge of the entire company. You can't be so naive. The president has to greet clients and make many trips outside the office. It's necessary to attend meetings and conferences too. Seriously? How could you try to run a company without knowing that? I'm stunned at how naive you are. Isn't the company president supposed to be someone who has a lot of spare time? Of course not. Because you're like that, I've been inundated with calls from clients. As a result, I've been asked to take over all the work you've been doing at the company. What company? I'm sure I took your company. Well, that's why I had to start my own new design firm on short notice. No one would co-sign for someone like you, right? You know what? The president of the company you work for trusted me very much. He said he would co-sign for my design firm. He also said that he wants me to come up with a lot of good designs in the future. The president said that to you? But he fired me. That's because I have a different track record than you, who slacked off a lot. I've always been diligent and polite, no matter who I'm dealing with. I've given the best I could to the housing companies I do business with. I've done good work and earned their trust over the years. You're a pompous prick. I don't need you to boss me around like that. I'm not trying to boss you around. I'm just saying that if you've been in a relationship for a long time, you can see the essence of a person. That's the most important part of company relationships. And that's the part you're lacking the most. You really piss me off. And you know what? Now that they have known what kind of person you are, all of the employees at your design company are going to move to my new firm. You gotta be kidding me. I'm their employer. I won't let them do anything they want to. But it's your fault because you didn't show up at the office. That has nothing to do with it. Don't you know? Know what? As a general rule, a worker is allowed to resign by giving the company 2 weeks' notice. 2 weeks have already passed. What? You don't even know about the deadline because you never show up at the office. That's a lie. So you're saying I'm the only employee in that office? That's what I'm saying. You're taking away one company's employee. Stop fooling around. Don't talk to me like that. I'm not you. I didn't take anyone away from you. Every employee moves here of their own volition. I never asked any of them to do anything like that. You took all my jobs away from me. I can't allow that. Do you finally understand how I feel? Huh? How I felt when you took everything from me? I was in the depths of despair when my own family members were taken away from me. But I knew I had to live on my own. I was so determined. I studied so hard and became a designer. I don't know anything about that. It's what you wanted to do, right? Later, through work, I met Judas, who worked for a house builder. But you took him away from me too. Don't get me wrong, I don't need him anymore. That's because you weren't attractive enough, so he divorced you. It's not my fault, so you shouldn't blame me. And about the design company? I felt that if I didn't do anything, you would take everything away from me. So I approached the president of the housing company you worked for, because he's the person I trusted the most in the business. That's not fair. And the rest is as I told you. Maybe they'll take some kind of action against your co-conspirator, Judas. Wait a minute. This has nothing to do with Judas. Judas is involved in this. He betrayed me, cheated with my own sister, and got remarried. Because of that, I lost my co-signer. Then what's going to happen to Judas? I don't know. Demotion, I guess. I wonder what kind of punishment the company will give him. You really are a terrible woman. That's my line. Think about what you've done so far. Anyway, you and Judas will have nothing to do with me from now on, so don't contact me anymore. Nicole, pick up the phone, please. Nicole! What? I told you not to call me anymore, didn't I? Judas got demoted. I see. I have no income at all. I have a house payment and my in-laws need money for their living expenses. Well, you were fired from the housing company, and the company you took from me will receive no order from clients. Can you please ask the president of the company to reinstate me, please? Why would I do that? Because you're my sister, right? I'm in trouble, so help me. You're the woman who stole my husband from me and kicked me out of the house. You're not my sister. I told you to stay out of this. Don't be so cold. You have to help me. If you can't get me back at the housing company, hire me at your company. I'll do whatever you want. Are you kidding me? I'd rather quit my job than hire you. If I can't pay my mortgage, my family will be evicted. Do something about it. I was kicked out of that house once for an unreasonable reason. I think you should feel the same way I do. My in-laws are there too. I can't lose my house. I don't care. You and our parents made me hit rock bottom. Why should I help you guys? Find someone else. You're the only one I can ask to do this. You have to save our family. We've lived as a family before, haven't we? What? I don't understand. How can you say such a thing after you took everything from me? I'm not going to help you. I don't even want to talk to you, so I'm blocking you for today. Nicole, don't be so cold. Please, I don't know what to do. Help me. Why don't you and your lousy family members talk to each other? There must be some way to solve the problem. Please don't ever depend on me again. Oh no! After that, Esther and her family couldn't afford to pay the mortgage on their house. So they had no choice but to sell their luxurious house built by a house builder. But Esther still had to support their in-laws. Judas is still sitting in his office, feeling ashamed of himself. Esther also works from morning till night to support the family. But because of her parents-in-law's habit of extravagance, her life is not getting any easier. I hope she can experience the humiliation I have been subjected to so far. I'm sure I won't have to deal with it anymore. My newly launched company is finally up and running. The president of the housing company where my sister used to work approached our affiliated companies. Work is expanding for my new company. So we are planning to recruit new employees in the near future. I'm a little anxious because things are going so well, but I'm determined to do the best I can. And if I meet a good person someday, I would like to fall in love again.
Thanks for watching. If you like this video, give us a thumbs up, hit subscribe, and leave us a comment down below. It means a lot to us. See you next time!